So how do gas prices and inflation, what do they have to do with the seller's market or buying or selling right now in today's market? Well, think about it. I mean, just this weekend, we went to the gas station and gas was over $6. I mean, $6 for gas, which you think is a lot of money, but if you actually go and compare it to a Starbucks coffee, right? I mean, I wonder how much actually a gallon of Starbucks coffee would be, probably around $200. My point is this, is that right now, there's a lot going on in the world with what's happening in Ukraine, right? The world is in uproar. Prices are going up like crazy in every single aspect of our lives. And real estate is no different. We need to understand that just as gas prices are going up, so are home prices, and they're going up pretty relative if you compare the two. Right now, anytime we list a house, as everyone knows that's watching this, the prices are just insane. In fact, personally, I just wrote on an offer for one of my daughters. We ended up getting the house and we spent, a significant amount. I mean, you're talking like $170,000 over what the house was listed for. And it was over $1,000 per square foot. Over $1,000 per square foot for the home. And it's because of what's happening. It's like supply and demand, everything that's going on in the world. And here's the deal with that. You have to educate the seller and the buyer. I hear agents complaining about buyers, complaining about, oh my gosh, I wrote 18 offers for a buyer, and then they backed out and they went to rent a house. And let me tell you, that is your fault. Like, that is absolutely your fault that the buyer did that, and here's why. Because you have to educate your buyer of exactly what is happening right now in the world. Now listen to me, I love helping buyers. I wanna help them. I wanna be there and hold their hand. I wanna be that person that I wanna get your offer accepted buyer, even though you're competing with 57 other ones and you're an FHA buyer with no money down, but I'm gonna fight for you to fight against those cash offers that are $200,000 over list price and they're removing all their contingencies. The bottom line is, in most cases, you are not going to win. Now, there are very rare occasions that somebody might want to just do the right thing and help a first-time home buyer or help a veteran. I know I love doing that. But in most cases, in all reality, money talks, and so does safety and security. So when you are comparing a cash offer, $200,000 above list price with no contingencies, to an FHA buyer or a VA buyer, there is a lot of risk that can happen there. So here's how you make it so you're not going crazy and the buyers aren't going crazy. And that is this, you educate them. Well, how do I educate them, Krista? Well, if you've got a buyer and their maximum purchase price is $500,000, what do you need to do? First of all, don't start looking at prices that are $500,000 or even $475,000. You need to go into any given neighborhood and you need to look at what houses are being listed at and what they're actually selling for and what terms are happening. Like, what do those offers look like? Are they removing contingency? Are there any contingencies at all? How large is their deposit? How much did it go over? If you know that houses that are listed at $400,000 are selling for $470,000, right? And you're only approved for $470,000, then you need to be looking in the $400,000 price range. So educate yourself, just like gas. Like, I know that right now, when I go to the gas station, especially over the next couple of months, because of what's happening right now in the world, and with all the uncertainty, inflation is happening, prices keep going up. And I'm gonna expect when I go to the gas station that I'm gonna be paying a lot of money for gas. So I'm gonna kind of change the way I'm doing things. In fact, my husband was just saying, he's like, okay, now when I know I'm working on a project and I know I need to go to Home Depot, like before, I swear to you, he'd go to Home Depot like 5 times. I'm like, babe, why'd you go to Home Depot 5 times today? Well, I forgot this and I forgot that. I'm like, right, sit down, be more prepared. We're changing the way we're doing things. He said, I'm going to Home Depot today. I'm literally like thinking of what I'm gonna need, what might come up, what might arise. And I'm gonna buy the stuff that I think might come up or might arise based upon knowing the fact that it's $6 a gallon for gas right now. And I don't wanna go back and forth because I know every time I drive there, it's costing me $15, $17, okay? It's the same thing in real estate. We need to understand that because of limited inventory, there is not a lot of supply. And guess what? That does not look like it's going to change anytime soon. The real estate market, in my opinion, for the next several years is going to be crazy. It's going to be a seller's market, even with everything that we have going on in the world. Now, of course, if World War III happens, God only knows what's gonna happen then. But the point is that expect for this to be this way for a while. If you don't want to work with buyers, if your buyers are not qualified, if they're not willing to do exactly what you say, if they're not willing to do what it takes to get a home, then don't work with them. Okay, don't work with them. And truly, truly educate your seller as far as what's gonna happen, what they can expect, how it's going to be a complete frenzy when they list, the things that you can do to mitigate and to make it so it's not so crazy, right? And what can you do? You can have certain showing times. You can make sure that anybody that goes into the home, they send you a TBD letter or a desktop underwritten letter. Or if they're a cash offer, before they even go into the property, they actually show you, that they've got the funds to pay for it. Don't just let anybody and everybody go in. You need to say, hey, if you're qualified for $400,000, it looks most like houses in this price range you're selling for around here. I highly recommend that. Here's what the seller's looking for. The seller's looking for a 59-day rent back. They're looking for no contingencies. They're looking for boom, 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 boom. Like, this is the kind of offer the seller's going to take. If you're not willing to do that, you might not want to waste your time. Now, that might sound really mean and really rude, but all reality, people, is that's reality right now. That's what's happening. So don't waste your time. Don't waste the buyer's time, and don't waste the seller's time, or have any extra people or foot traffic going through their house. Education is key right now. Let people know exactly what is happening, and let them know that because of what's happening in the world and because of the low supply and the low building, they're not building enough houses to be able to take care of the amount of population. Population is growing, homes are being built less. So there's a huge gap, and it continues to get bigger and bigger, which means that we're probably going to continue to have bidding wars. So just like gas prices are not fun, we expect it. As long as you expect and educate your sellers and your buyers as to what's happening and what's going on, you're going to save yourself a lot of time and inconvenience. So this is Krista Mashore. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. Remember, you want more content, just let me know down below exactly what you need. Feel free to click on any links with our resources down below, and I'll see you next time. And when you do what you love, people love what you do. See you soon. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.